So this latest Memory of Chaos buff has been very straightforward, but also very weird. I get what they're trying to go for, and I'm glad that this is like heavily available for everybody. But this just feels like such a weak buff in comparison to other ones, because it feels harder to stack, and I feel like it's because they're hoping that people that have Sparkle in the future will be able to giga benefit from this, because this is a very Sparkle heavy Memory of Chaos, and by extension it's also very heavily benefited for Danhong and Babylon Lune. This Memory of Chaos essentially it means that your basic attacks and skills get amplified by 50%, which is a lot, mind you, and then on top of that, every time that you use a skill point, and mind you, you have to consume skill points, you're able to then just deal massive damage at the end of the round. And essentially, it does 5% of the boss's max HP, which is really good. Every single time you see like, oh, every stack does a percentage of max HP, it's always going to be 5%, because that's just been a very, like, it's been a pattern of these Memories of Chaos. So try to always plan around, especially when you're fighting the something unto death, or the meme, I don't remember the name, but whatever demon hell spawn that is the last enemy in this Memory of Chaos, he for the most part is alone. So if you're trying to plan around your team, just know that if you use like 3 skill points in the round, you're doing 15% of his max HP. And I feel like having that little nugget of knowledge definitely helps out a lot in planning how to deal with it, because I had a lot of issues with him in particular. This first half though, I genuinely felt shocked, because I just brute forced my way through this content. The first half, I giga brute force like I never thought I could ever brute force. The reason I'm saying this is because my team is not centered much around skill points, my team is not centered around basic attacks or anything like that. I'm just hoping that Dr. Ratio's follow-up attack will do massive damage, because I have his light cone. And yeah, essentially it was just, I'm gonna hope for the best. Also, I noticed that, the final boss had also, not final boss, but like the final first half both had imaginary weakness. So I was just like, what if I just DPS them down? If I just delete them off existence, we should be good to go, right? And honestly, at this point, we're going at a very like reasonable pace. Not to mention the fact that, Silverwolf just helps out massively in deleting Gepard. Also, I got very lucky there. Gepard would have had a turn, and I think that turn he would have applied the shield for everybody. So I am glad that the Turbulence decided to eliminate him on the spot, because that would have caused some problems, I feel. Also, not gonna lie, they have the little TV individuals in the first half that I always like to keep alive for as long as possible, because more often than not they end up giving me energy. I usually end up ignoring them, especially with like this Dr. Ratio team, and it just makes things that much easier. That being said though, the previous Memory of Chaos, Memory of Chaos 11, I'm just going a little trace back, it was awful because I had to fight Sam, and Sam was an interesting thing. Mainly because I didn't know that he had a reduced healing aura. I thought that aura just dealt damage to you if you did an action. No, it also does reduced healing, and that was awful. I had to bring Gepard and Luocha to that second half. Gepard being my MVP, and I'm glad that I have more excuses to use it. But that being said, it did take a lot of planning for both Memory of Chaos halves, but it was eventually done. I did have to do Memory of Chaos 12 in two different tries, mainly because it was obnoxious and I had to go one with speed, the other one with survivability, because hey, you're allowed to do that, so I will exploit it. However, this first half has just been the worst of the second phase. I like how they're saying like this first half of the second half, and that just felt like such a weird conundrum of words. But essentially, these enemies, the Disciple of Sanctus Medicus and whatever the hell the other one is, the Centaur individual, they made this be a living hell, because if I could not plan well around them, they would just instantly delete me. And right there is one of the moments when I start getting scared, because this individual is just dishing out massive damage. As a matter of fact, I will admit that In this footage, I did have to restart once because, very shortly you see I don't have a Luocha stack that I should have. I don't have much health, and then this individual just pops in, hits Gunaifen, and guess what? In a panic, I use my ultimate thinking that it's gonna do something when he doesn't even have fire weakness, and boom. Black Swan and Gunaifen are fucking gone. I am upset, I am sad, I have to restart this half, and here we go again. The meme, you are very, very annoying. The memory zone, whatever the hell that is. I literally just saw the name there appear for a quick second, and I'm annoyed at it. Eventually, though, I was able to, clear it within 20 rounds, which was my main goal. I feel like if you can't beat it within 20 rounds and have all your allies alive, I would always go first for within 20 rounds, because I know for a fact that even if I do it slowly, I can always bring Jeopard and Luocha, and I will survive. And even if it takes me like 1,000 turns, so long as I don't lose anybody, I win. And I have them both fully built, so it works. I mean, no, that's a lie. I don't have my Luocha fully built. My Luocha is built for as much healing as I need. And because there's a threshold of healing that I've reached, I'm just like, I don't need to level him up anymore. It feels like a waste. I don't know. There's like a point in time when like my builds are like, I'm doing enough damage that I don't need the level ups. That's why I don't have like level 10 traces on some characters. I'm only going for level 10 traces on my Nihility characters, and that's a work in progress. That also means level 6 trace, because I want them all to be perfect, because Nihility is just the best path. But I digress. I'm getting like distracted because I'm also kind of stalling for time, because I essentially kind of spoke everything that I needed to speak about this guy. I mean, to be fair, the one thing that I forgot to mention now that I'm like thinking aloud about it is I had to always focus on the Centaur individual, because this guy would often just get his guys to, he would have like this buff where he had like lifesteal on his attacks, and it made him very annoying to face. It made him very obnoxious to deal with, and I essentially felt like I always had to have Luocha's ultimate, otherwise, he's just gonna run wild and rampant and annihilate my team. Also, this is one of the places where I will admit that I made a bit of a misplay, because I'm pretty sure he would have died by all the DOTs, but just in case I prefer to attack. Also, the reason why that was a misplay is because the stacks don't carry over between rounds. Essentially, because this is a new round, it all got reset back to essentially one stack, because I feel like you do get one stack for free, and it's just been rough. Essentially, my game plan was just like, I'm gonna whittle him down and hope that my turbulent stacks can carry. So I have to use, I'm starting now that I have like 4 skill points, just start spamming all of them in hopes that these buff will just massively hit. Also, there, I am glad I didn't use my ultimate, even though I didn't have any ultimates. Because if had I used an ultimate, he would have spawned one of these, he would have killed one of my allies, like he just did right there. But he would have spawned a dummy, and that dummy could have taken precious hits from the turbulence, and that would have fucked me. That would have absolutely annihilated me. Sorry for the swear word there, but like, it is just that vital to plan around both his mechanic and the memory of turbulence. And once you have that, honestly, like just ready and going, I feel like it's perfectly fine. Alternatively, you can also, do the reverse. That I feel like I did in a few other tries, where I knew that I needed my team alive, so I had to plan accordingly and purposely enabled the attack to go through before the turbulence, so that the turbulence would break my characters free immediately. That being said, though, again, just genuine levels of horrifying, and I'm really pissed off at this enemy. Also, right here, one of the things that I'm glad, I was able to clear him away and get the reset before the round shifted. So this meant that his new freshly batch of health would be able to get depleted immediately. Also, I'm not sure how this mechanic works, where he's like, oh, sunset will fall, or whatever it is, that like he just fully gives my entire party the ability to just stack up on ultimates. Also, minor misplay, I should have used Black Swan's ultimate first before Kafka's. Just a force of habit, a little bit of an oopsie, But regardless, we still are doing like a nice amount of damage. Also, being able to just keep the constant stacks up is always great. I didn't use my skill there with Black Swan because I was gonna use it with Kafka, but then this game hates me. So, well, I mean, to be fair though, I still needed to get the skill with Good Knife in there. So, in all honesty, I want to say that it was all planned. Clearly, it is a lie, but at least I could get my characters to be free. Also, I got horrified there. Because had Kafka died before I was actually allowed to use her ultimate, I would have been giga pissed. This is one of the moments where I wish I was playing at normal speed, because it does get scarily close how many times I've like clicked the button and then not being able to act because this individual decided to act before I had the chance. So I hate the meme even more for that. Especially more by what's really about to happen. Because I think I'm doing fine and then boop, he just deletes. He just deletes with knife and off the face of the earth. Mind you though, I'm on turn 21, so I'm like, I can easily beat this. Because you know, if I'm not slaying it, the turbulence will, like right now. Thankfully though, he goes into this mode where he's using, you know, he refreshes all of my ultimates. I wish with knife and had been alive. And, you know, it's just an easy win. Immediately, with the Black Swan ult to finish it off, it felt great. Never mind, it was the skill that finished it off. And yeah, I also had one entire round to spare, so that genuinely felt really nice, but I just hated it so much. Anyways, I know I've been rambling on way too much, and I probably spoke a lot of nonsense, but these are the builds that I used. Again, this is a very whale. I feel like I've gotten a bit more whale than usual, especially because I'm enjoying this game a lot, and I really want to get certain characters and certain light cones. The doctor ratio light cone just seemed insane. So yeah, I'm rambling on too much. I hope that this might have just given you some ideas as to things to run, or if you have these characters and these light cones, heck, just give this a try. I'm hoping that this all goes well. And let me know what was your experience with this latest Memory of Chaos, because it's been quite hectic. Also, hey, if you enjoy this sort of content or you like character analysis videos, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out a ton. It's free, it only takes a second, and if at any point you feel that I'm lacking on my content, you are more than welcome to unsubscribe. With all of that being said and done, again, I'm talking too much. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.